What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Just Bowl TV. That Mr. Haywood checking in, and today we're gonna do a review on the new Crusher Hybrid. I was a big fan of the original one. I did have it. I did do mine pinned down solely just because it was such a big cover, such a big core, and it came out a little dull, and I absolutely love it. But of course, anything that comes out shiny, I kind of always want to be a little bit more angular, quicker. So I put the layout down below. I'm gonna actually compare the Crusher to the Theorem and also the Perfect Mindset. The Theorem because it was solely just my favorite shiny hybrid that's come out in the past couple of years. Absolutely love that ball. And the Perfect Mindset because that's just one of my favorite, if not my favorite, hybrid in general. The numbers are gonna be a little bit more similar on the Perfect Mindset to the Crusher, but the reaction that I'm chasing or was chasing was the Theorem. So I just wanna give you guys two different aspects of, why I'm comparing it. Shout out to our major sponsor, our main sponsor this year, Strike 10 Pro Shop. Thanks for all the help. If you have anything that you want to buy out of the shop, mention Just Bowl TV and you'll get a special discount when you're checking out. 12-bagger Cool Wick jerseys as always. Let's go ahead and get right into the review. Starting off with the new Crusher Hybrid, purple, white, kind of neon yellow-ish type of logos. Absolutely love this bowling ball. The way it looks, chef appeal looks great. Let's try to look at around 12 at the arrows. See what happens. Okay. Not gonna judge it too much just yet. Kind of want to give it some time. I want to throw it a couple more shots. I drilled it through a couple of shots last night with it, but I'll give it my really full review and opinion right now. But we'll wait a couple shots. Does look great going down the lane to me personally. I am a fan of bowling balls that have more than one cover, just so I can kind of see the progression as it goes down the lane. So let's see. I was around 12. We're gonna look at around 13, 14, creep closer to 15. Okay. So what I can say I've been seeing is it is very quick. Even though it is a bigger ball, bigger cover, big core on the inside, the combination looks good to me as far as the strength wise. I don't feel like one's fighting the other. I feel like it's a well-balanced bowling ball. It doesn't shy away from oil. And for me, how I wanted it, it does react off the friction. So for a win is a win. So let's see. Let's try that one more time, see if we can get it to actually connect. I leaked that one out. Yeah, I leaked that one out. Definitely flies through extremely fast. Luckily, the way that my layout is, I see that it's not burning up. So that's always the main thing for me. As long as the bowling ball is not burning up and it can actually go through its phases, I'm a happy camper. So as far as that is concerned, I'm satisfied so far. When it comes to comparisons to the Theorem, my Theorem for me was like that bailout ball. Not too big, not too small of a ball either. Always reacted, never shied away from oil. Of course, the cover has seen better days. However, though, this was actually kind of the shape I was trying to recreate when I drilled this one. Yeah, I just absolutely love that bowling ball. Fell in love with the motion. Anybody that had one kind of enjoyed it as well. Some people said it was a little too quick, so they hit it with surface. Some people loved it as is. I've never touched my surface besides just cleaning it, maintaining it. So I absolutely loved the way this ball rode for me. And this is what I want the Crusher to be an updated, fresher cover version of. So let's see if we can just connect back with the pocket again. Oh, that was bad. Absolutely horrible, but that's why I love the ball. Always bailed me out. Now with the Perfect Mindset, like I always compare, when I have normally bigger pieces that are either shiny or not shiny, I always compare it back to this because this ball for me never burned up, floats through the fronts, but just has such a great read of the middle and the back end. And I wanted to kind of combine the Theorem and that motion in one, and I feel like I did a great job. Of course, this is going to be earlier by nature because it comes outdoor, has more surface. So of course I don't expect this and the crusher to be identical. They could be probably a 1-2 combination, because this one has surface, that one does not. So you'll see me actually move in a little bit further with this one just to get it to fully read properly. Got it out again. Yeah, so I keep actually leaking everything to the right, and as you can see so far, everything's responding. So I'm actually gonna go to the crusher and I'm gonna try to replicate that shot and see if it comes back off the friction. If it jackknifes, climbs up the hill, struggles, or flattens out. Take our time, try to repeat a shot. I did too on accident. Okay. So, not as early as the perfect mindset, clearly. A smidge earlier than the Theorem, because the Theorem seemed to save a little bit more energy, come up the hill, which makes sense. Not as big as a core, excuse me. Numbers aren't as high. So that makes sense. That's what I expect. But that also was a shot way too far right. So I can see if I don't leak it too far to the right to board 2, 3, or 1, I carry that 10 pin all day long. I did it again on accident. Yeah. I don't know if I would call this ball super tumbly. I just think it's a aggressive bowling ball that once it picks itself up and straightens out and locks up, it just goes in whatever direction. And I truly appreciate that about bowling balls that come with some type of shine or polish on it, because I fear that I'll throw a bowling ball and it'll never catch the break point. So to see that this ball's picking up, of course I'm getting it to friction, but the fact that it's picking up and it has still energy, I really appreciate that. So let's start moving a little further left, see how it responds. Yeah, smidge slow off my hand, so it almost crept up on me. So far, like, I really do like this bowling ball. When I saw it get announced, I knew that I was gonna get it. It was one of the ones in the release that I really was excited for, just solely because I've been looking for something to replace my Theorem, or if I was just gonna get another Theorem, and now I'm glad that I don't have the same type of place, trying not to leak it too far right. Yeah. So got it a pinch further right. It still climbed up the hill just as quick, able to carry the 10 pin. Perfect. I mean, this is great, I ain't gonna lie. So if you had a Theorem and you're looking into getting the crusher, depending on how you drill it, if you drill them the same, you can at least expect, if yours is kind of clean, that the crusher may be earlier and vice versa. And you know, definitely a good option if you're thinking about it. So actually, start a perfect mindset just to get a good comparison above, you know, surface with the same type of numbers, something a little cleaner. So if you have a bowling ball that falls in this realm of perfect mindset, then you at least can see by the numbers and just kind of how the strength of the ball is, how the crusher could play off whatever that ball is for you. Same spot. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is going to carry the 10 pin because it's going to be so much earlier. Or nothing will carry if I do that. I keep leaking everything to the right and everything is picking up. So who knows? So let's just go ahead and get back to the crusher. We're just gonna fire off some shots, see what it does, how far left we can move, and then we'll give our full review after. Yeah, that looked good. That looked good. I like that. Ebonite has had, well, technically it's a different year, but Ebonite has been pushing out some pretty spectacular, some pretty good stuff. Now, where is this gonna compare as far as like the one reverb? If you have a one reverb, should you be looking into this as well? Technically, that's up to you. You could try to do it, lay it out a little differently. Could knock one with some surface, just depends on what you wanna do. One pin up, one pin down. You know, a whole bunch of different things you could possibly try. Ooh, leaked it out a little bit again. What? All right, we're gonna try that again. That was very forward, very pushy off my hand. Didn't really give the ball like the chance to do its job because I flattened it. We're gonna run that back. It's a little better, a little twirly. Wasn't the best off my hand, not gonna lie, but I was able to kind of twirl it a little bit on accident, not as cleanly off as I wanted to. Got it to retain some of that energy, climb up the hill a little quicker. So let's just see. We're gonna compare the Theorem. Let's see how the Theorem does from there. I do think that the Theorem's gonna get so far down the lane and maybe a little late because of how clean it is, but we're gonna see. This ball hasn't let me down yet, so. Yeah, smidge slower on accident, didn't get it as far out, so I think it actually hit the spot it was supposed to hit, which is why I react like that. So I'm gonna try it with the crusher, try not to keep leaking it, see how it does if I keep it right in that track area. So far though, definitely if you have a Theorem and you kind of want something a little newer, or if you have a shiny hybrid that's kind of dying out, the cover isn't as aggressive anymore, this is a great replacement. Something a little cleaner than your solid, but still strong enough to handle the oil. If you wanted the jackknife off the friction, it can. If you wanted the round, your layout could do that. I think this is an actual really good piece. Now, do I think that it was smart or necessary for Ebonite to come out with two crushers, both hybrids? That's a little weird to me, personally. One probably could have been solid, one could have been hybrid at this point, but it's still kind of cool if you do like the original, because it does come surface or dull. You kind of can still use both. You're just gonna have to really keep an eye on that surface prep. Ah, leaked it out again. I keep leaking it out. My timing is so choppy. Sorry, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna move up a little bit on the approach. That way I don't have to feel like I have to cover so much area. That's better. Yeah, very good, very good. Chef kiss. Mwah, mwah. So yeah, as long as I don't get it out to the right and I keep it to where I take it from the oil to the track area, I think the pocket's like this big. Crazy work, but you know what I'm saying? If you throw a bowling ball where it needs to be thrown, your chances of striking are always gonna be higher. All right, let's keep going left. Let's see what we can get. Let's see when the ball's gonna die out. So that was around 18, 19. Let's try to hit that 21, 20 area. Let's see. Yeah, definitely saved enough energy. I didn't come out of it good and I fell off. So I want to try it again, give the ball a real chance to prove itself. I can say though, the ball, it hasn't quit. It's not quitting. It's not hook stoppy. Even though it is angular, it continues through the pins very well. So I like it. I don't see any like bad features from it right now. So that's always a plus. That's a little better. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna just keep going. The ball hasn't quit, it's not stopping. So I'm gonna just keep going until it either fizzes out or carry just gets bad. Ooh, that may not do it. Okay, not bad. That was horrible off the hand, so the potential's there. I'm gonna try the Theorem, see how that goes from that area, and I'm gonna jump back to the crusher just to compare. 21, 22. Well, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't, I don't care what ball you throw, that's not gonna do it.
All I heard was
So that was atrocious. We're gonna try that one more time. See how it does. Take our time. That's a little better. It's so clean. I didn't really catch it a lot, but it's so clean, it just slides. Pretty obvious. The crusher's just a bigger hybrid. I mean, the numbers will tell you that, the core will show you that, the cover just pretty much gives you that effect, that feel. So it's not hard to know that one's bigger than the other. It's just the fact that for it to be such a bigger bowling ball, bigger core, lower numbers, the fact that it's reacting the way it is and isn't burning up is very, very impressive. That's a little better. Hey-o. Wasn't the best shot. I wasn't a big fan of it. I think that's just too far left right now. Not enough friction built in. The ball's just too clean. It's just Just coming in a little too late, so. Pulled it a little bit, yeah. Pulled it a little bit, ball still stood up, still drove. I mean, you really can't ask for anything better. Final thoughts for me, truthfully, I think the ball is beautiful, number one. I think the shelf appeal is gonna look great. I think this bowling ball is gonna be best for anybody that has like slower speed, no matter if it's thumb, no thumb, any of that. If you have a slower ball speed, I think because of the polish, it'll help the ball travel, but you'll still be able to get that recovery and strong motion out of it. I think two-handers will definitely enjoy this bowling ball. You probably can knock the shine off just a smidge or even use it as a potential transition ball. Anybody with a thumb, if you're well balanced, like revs and speed, I think you'll find this ball really well. Like a good addition to your bag, truthfully. Now, if you're on the speed side, I don't think you'll like this ball out of box, just truthfully speaking, because it's very clean. It has no problem picking up, but it is still clean with the polish. So unless you're gonna do a surface change, I don't think this is a ball that you'll probably match up very well with unless your house has a lot of friction. But if you're a little slower, you know, don't have a lot of hand, don't have a lot of revs, I think a ball of this type of strength level, I think it'll help, especially with the cohesion and everything like that. They put the stuff on everything, it works well. So I'm gonna throw a couple more strikes and then we'll sign off. Split the 8-9, bucko. Ooh, that's a little far right. Yeah, it's just so strong. Like if you get a little slow or hit it a little extra, gone. That did travel a little further. I feel like because it's a little cleaner and it's gonna get down the lane a little further, it gives me like a smidge more forgiveness if I'm playing straight. But once it sees that friction, it's sayonara. We're gonna strike one more time with the Theorem, and we're gonna strike one more time with the Crusher, then we out. And throw it right back over there. Good shot, all right. Ebonite Crusher Hybrid, the new Perp Daddy. It's good, strong, hybrid, polish, cohesion, flip monster. Just Bowl TV. Get the ball when it releases out. Not much more to say. Ebonite, keep doing what you're doing. Bing, bing. That's a horrible way to end the video, but you know, it is what it is. Just Bowl TV.